Everybody, welcome back. We promised you Harry Kane. Here he is with Peter Schmeichel.
Happy days, you said, just now. I mean, my God, what a performance by you, by the team. Where is it you've played in your career?
Yeah, it's right up there, I think. You know, we know Real Madrid and the Bernabeu in the Champions League. We know what comes with that, the noise, the hype. And to be able to perform like we did today, I thought was top from everyone. We had some really big chances, created some good moments. Just the final finish, the final pass weren't quite as good as it probably has been this season, but look, they had some good chances as well. Manu made some great saves. So overall, to win at the Bernabeu and take this back to the Allianz is a big momentum for us.
Yeah, you just mentioned Manuel Neuer. He had 40 years of age. Was it last week or the week before?
Last week, yeah. Not
played very much in the past month or two. He came in today, and some of the saves he made today was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, Manu speaks for himself. I mean, the career he's had, and to keep the momentum and keep the drive to be better. And I mean, the way he trains is impressive, to be honest. I think for any young goalkeeper to watch him train every day and still do what he does, there's no wonder he takes it out onto the pitch and makes saves like he did today. So, he's a big part of our success and what we try and do to both with and without the ball, how we play. So, today he was outstanding.
And the way you scored your goals today, obviously very, very late in the first half, which is always nice to go into half-time. Then you have half-time, and then you were 20 seconds into the second half, you put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, we talk about momentum in these type of games, and I think we've done that really well. Like I said, we probably should have been 1 or 2 up before our first goal. Didn't quite take the chances well enough, but then we got the goal in the right moment, come out in the second half, and we spoke about getting on the front foot and really trying to take the game to Madrid, and to score that quickly is obviously a bonus. But obviously always disappointing to concede, but overall I think 2-1 we'll take and see next week.
Yeah, 2-1, you go to next week, and today was an unbelievable match to watch. So thank you very much for that, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Yes, good to hear from Harry Kane. Can we take a look back at that goal and you just kind of talk us through the technique of it, Thierry?
It's just knowing where you are, first and foremost. I mean, he's clever enough not to go into the box. He can see that everybody goes into the box, disappears from everybody. Edge of the box is almost like, when strikers or players train at the end of the session and they go in the D. All you need to do, which is very difficult for the goalkeeper, is to place it there because you have bodies in front of the goalkeeper, and so it's very difficult. Look, Rudiger here. So all you need to do is to go around him, as he does, but we're seeing that view. The goalkeeper thinks that maybe Rudiger is going to block it. You don't really see the ball. By the time you think too much, the ball is bouncing under your arm, and it's very difficult to take it. But what I like with it is he didn't try to put any power, placed it, keep it on target, where the ball came from, goal.
Do we expect Bayern Munich to take the same approach to the second leg next week?
Yeah, I don't think they can play any other way.
That's how they're playing.
You know the last game they played, they conceded a couple of goals in that one, didn't they? Did they win 8-2? Atalanta.
Yeah.
Was it 8-2 that game? What I'm saying is
10 something.
But actually in the game, but the point I'm trying to make is once the game's won, I almost felt won a little bit of 2-0. Normally, every team I think we've probably all played in will get everyone in their own half and just say, OK, we're not going to concede. They're going to have to take chances because they've got to try and get a goal. They're going to throw, and we'll counter-attack them. But it was an end-to-end game. But at one stage, Clive said, both the fullbacks are in the box. There's about 5 or 10 minutes to go. And you're thinking, it's 2-1 here. And I just think that's the way they play. Now, we'd love to watch it. That was a brilliant game to watch. As I said, 20 shots each, 40 shots in the game. You don't normally see that at this level of the competition. Like it still could cost them. I think when we were doing the pros and cons before the game, Thierry
we said
that could cost them.
If you like after the win, and I thought they were dominant, right? But the man of the match is your goalkeeper.
Exactly. Yeah.
That tells you a story. They always give you chances.
Hi everybody, welcome back. It is so good to have you with us. Kate Scott, Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, Micah Richards. Good to have you with us here for the post-show of the Champions League quarter-finals, first legs that we saw today. 2 being played today. Bayern Munich getting the job done at the Bernabeu in Madrid against Real Madrid. 2-1 the score in that one. And Arsenal beating Sporting in Lisbon 1-0. So 2 away wins in these first legs today. I kind of threw you a question just before we went to the break there at the end, but we didn't really get a chance to hear your full answer because we were short on time. You get 2, kind of, 4 even, well, maybe 3 European greats. Anyway,
Take your chances.
great European sides like that. Well, at least Real Madrid, Bayern Munich are kind of two sides that in Europe you always expect to perform at the very highest level. Did we see that in this quarter-final tonight?
Yeah, and I said to Micah before the game, when you think of sort of European giants and a match-up, I was thinking, is Real Madrid, Bayern Munich almost feels like almost like the biggest game, the two real heavyweights of European football. Obviously, we know Real Madrid have got the most European cups. I think Bayern Munich may be second. I might have that wrong. But, you know, the biggest club in Germany, biggest club in Spain. And I think you said before the game, the first 50 years ago since the first game, 1976.
Yeah, that was
so they've got a great history. Bayern Munich haven't lost or haven't won against Real Madrid for a long time. And that was a serious performance, that, from Bayern Munich. They looked like, you know, the real deal. Madrid, for me, aren't great, but they're still there. They're still in the game. You know, they get the first goal in the second leg and it's game on. But, yeah, for me, when these two come up against each other, it feels like two of the biggest heavyweights in European football.
OK, let's take you out to Peter and to Guillaume, who watched that game live at the Bernabeu. Did you guys enjoy it as much as we did?
Oh, yes. This was a game that could have been won by the team that lost, but the better team was Bayern. Perhaps the best player of Bayern was the goalkeeper, would you say?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, what a treat to be here and actually watch this quality of football. Two very different styles of attacking this kind of game. Obviously, with Real Madrid's experience at this stage, in this stadium. I said to you, Guillaume, I'm a little bit disappointed with how defensive they are. And you went, well, that's how they play in Europe. But
also they have that thing where all of a sudden they turn it on. And I reckon that's minutes 60. Vini against Neuer, and Neuer closes the gap. Vini misses it, but the Bernabeu don't need a lot to start believing in miracles. It's like, oh, right, it's on, the miracle is on, 2-0 down, and they started believing. So before that, in the first hour, you heard the 4,000 Bayern fans. After that, it was a 76,000 Real Madrid fans you only heard.
No, it's a fantastic place to watch football, and it was a really weird game in many, many ways. Absolutely top-class entertainment, no doubt about that. Michael Olise, I mean, what the player he is turning out to be. I mean, it's just an absolute joy just watching him play. But at the end of the day, Bayern win 2-1, and they only win 2-1 because Manuel Neuer played one of the best games he's ever played. That save from Mbappe, just after forcing Vini Jr. wide, that save is probably the best save I've seen all season. And the goal that Mbappe finally scored, he nearly saved that as well. Manuel Neuer today, I said it before the game, as a bit of a question mark, a little rusty. He needed to play well today, and my God, did he do that?
Peter, I know you're trying to get an interview with Neuer, but
tell him
come on.
to Neuer.
What? Say that again, sorry?
I know you're trying to get an interview with Neuer, but Olise was by far the best player on the pitch. Come on!
No, I can't argue with that.
Okay.
On the pitch, outside, with the ball, unbelievable. Seriously unbelievable. But one player got them the win today. That's Neuer. Had they scored, and it's 4 massive chances of 2 of the best players in the world, have they scored on them, they would have won Real Madrid. So, you know, Neuer for me, man of the match. Olise, what a player.
And yes, we're trying to get a Neuer interview.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Are we trying to get any other interviews? Who else have we got on the list?
Oh, yes.
Who do you want?
We'd appreciate Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, we'll try.
Guillaume knows him.
There's very, very little chance of that, but we'll try. Thierry, can we use your name?
Sorry, I can't
and
hear
try
you.
to lure him out?
I can't.
Can we use your name, saying that
Sorry, I can't.
coach wants to talk to you?
Sorry, guys, I can't hear them.
He's arriving.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you in a sec. We will see you in a sec. Why won't you ever get us Kylian Mbappe? Oh, OK, never mind. Should we do highlights?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, let's do highlights. Let's do it. 1-0 Bayern Munich. Wait, is that where we're starting?
We normally do a few highlights before. We can't go
Excuse me, sorry.
you know how it works.
This is why she's not going to win.
I've got it, Kane, don't worry. Kylie, go out, run it. I'll just ad-lib as we go through. But this one is a Upamecano chance. I mean, in terms of being in that position, I've been there many times. I mean, He's just got to connect with it. He's celebrating before he even gets contact. I give him a little bit of excuse. It's a little bit behind him because he went too quick. But he's
Was
got
Big
to be
Meeks clinical in that position?
Oh, 100%.
Yes, I can imagine.
No, that was the. You went straight away to this one. No, you guys tricked me. But anyway, great pass from Valverde, great run from Mbappe, and the angle is a bit tight. It's not a difficult save for Neuer.
Yeah, and this is the real big chance in that first half. Gnabry should score, whether he's just a little bit. Happens all too quickly for him. Mistake at a young midfield player. And again, that just told the tale of the first half, how lucky Real Madrid were that it was only 1-0 in the first half.
But then Luis Diaz, and I mean, the way Bayern was putting pressure, the way they moved the ball, Olise to Gnabry, awareness of Kane, Gnabry again for Luis Diaz, it was all too much for Real Madrid. What a finish from Diaz. When they start to move the ball like that, 1-2 touch, interchanging passes, it's very difficult to stop Bayern Munich.
Lovely finish,
Yes.
Just caress it.
Jimmy, when we get to watch Luis Diaz doing things like that, do you think it was wrong for Liverpool to let him go?
No. They missed him as a player. 100%, there's no doubt, and that was always going to be the case. He was a really good player for Liverpool, but sometimes you get presented deals as a club, and at the time that was a good deal for Liverpool. Liverpool, I think, bought Luis Diaz for 40-odd million. They'd had him for about four seasons maybe. He was due for a new contract, so he'd been on the same contract he'd been on since he'd come, so it wasn't on huge wages, and the next one would have put him on a real, big contract. And then Liverpool would have had him into his early 30s, which is probably not what they wanted ideally. Bayern Munich had a problem because they tried to get Florian Wirtz. Obviously, he came to Liverpool, and then Musiala got injured, I think, in the Club World Cup, so they were so desperate for a player. I think they ended up paying about 70 million for Luis Diaz at 28, 29, so the whole package was a good deal. But listen, he's still a really good player. So that last season for Liverpool, and we're now seeing it for Bayern Munich. But I wouldn't criticise the club for it, no.
OK, fair enough. Should we move forward? Because the second half then started all wrong for Real Madrid in terms of trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, that's exactly how you do not want to start, obviously, the second half. But, Bayern Munich came to put pressure. You can see the reaction of Olise. The team is following. Ball is not really great, but anyway, you can see how Bayern Munich were on the front foot, trying to go and make things happen. Michael Olise sees Harry Kane at the edge of the box, and then Harry Kane sees the space and then scores. Make sure that he uses the body of Rudiger to go around him, and hopefully that could mask the view of the goalkeeper, which it did, and I think the ball went under his hand, and great goal, great finish.
And then a Real Madrid chances started to flow in. Look at that ball from Trent. It's unbelievable. Look at McCartney. What you do? Where's your composure? And Vinicius just goes a little bit too wide. I mean, he knows he's behind him. Then he makes a mistake there with a header. Then he falls over. And then you're thinking Vinicius is just going to stick it home. But Neuer does really well to try keep him wide. He can't quite get the angle to get it in the net. But you expect Vinicius to definitely score that. And then the chances come. Mbappe,
yes.
Jamie.
Mbappe, yeah. The catch is fantastic. And I think that's the save that Peter's talking about. He's saying that's the best save he's seen this season. Always difficult when it goes through the goalkeeper's legs. Brilliant save, but brilliant football all round. The first touch initially from Mbappe was fantastic, and maybe just doesn't quite get it in the corner, which would have been a goal.
And then Mbappe again, Vinicius Junior gets the ball, Mbappe goes in behind him. As you can see here, he's going to go around to make sure that he can curve it and score. That's a difficult skill. All you need to do is go really low there or lift it, because usually goalkeepers go a bit low when that happens. And if you lift it, you might find the back of the net just a bit, but it's a tough one. There wasn't a lot of angle for him to score. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold does ever so well there. You have to give him credit. Gives the ball, carries on, and this is what I said at the beginning of the game. Kylian, stay in the middle, be patient. You will have a lot of tap-ins. And if he does that more often than not, occupying that position like a number 9 will do. And by the way, what a ball from Trent.
Oh, unbelievable.
But if you're not there, that can't happen. We talked about it at the beginning, and finally he was patient, he was there. And yes, you can score wonder goals, but those goals also count. Tap-ins count.
to Brahim Diaz, just there at the end trying to claim it on the line, and then Musiala chance. Look at that from Olise. I mean, outstanding. Comes back, recycles, lovely little ball, and then he can't get the connection he desires, Musiala. But look at this, the way he just moves him. Time in the run, Alphonso Davies, and then Musiala just shanks it a bit. Past the post. What an entertaining game it's been.
And it's not finished.
Okay, we still go.
There's still another chance for Mbappe. It was really end-to-end. Bayern Munich were not just sitting on that 2-1. At times, the opposition fullbacks were in the opposition box late on in the game. And he's trying to bend it, but as this, Thierry was speaking, he couldn't really bend it. He was going to score, he was going to hit the goal. The defender wasn't
very
Thierry.
difficult to bend that around Pavlovic. In all fairness, it was tough.
Well, I guess to back up what Peter said, Manuel Neuer was given man of the match for that game, who we will hopefully speak to alongside Peter shortly in Madrid. But yeah,
So
Michael,
Peter was right, not Michael?
well, we can all agree, though. I think everybody here at the table thinks that Michael Olise was special tonight.
Yeah, by far the best.
Him or Yamal? Who's your man?
Yamal's younger, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say Yamal's still a little bit more direct. I think Olise still wants to make people, once he gets that out of the way and just wants to score every time, I don't think there's much in it.
That's one of the best performances I've seen this season from any player, that Olise tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to do that in the Bernabeu. Against Real Madrid, the level of the game, he was, there's some clips of him. It was like he was playing with his mates, the way he was bringing the ball down. It was so easy for him. And you think of the level, this game is, the Champions League, the pressure on it, the Bernabeu, away from home. But he's certainly the best outfield player on the pitch, and there's a lot of talent on that football pitch tonight. A lot of players who cost a lot of money, some of the best players in the world, and he was the best player.
I just think what's so good about him, he can go both ways. That little drop of the shoulder, feel like you've got him, and he just, the change of direction is so impressive for me. The way he hangs out, and then you think he's going to go on his left foot, he can go on his right. And his first touch is just immense. Look at him. But you know what? This is what... Okay, this is perfect. This is for you, because the guys know. He slows down before he dribbles. You see a lot of wingers, when they get the ball, they just want to do everything at pace. He slows down, commits the defender, and then he can change direction, which is so impressive. I absolutely love him. What a player he is.
The thing I noticed on the one you mentioned there with Kate when he's on the halfway line, it's when someone's that good, and you had this, it's when he's got the ball, the defender he's up against knows he's going to go past him, but he just doesn't know what side. Olise's just like, he's like, I know I'm going to go past you. I'll decide at the last minute whether I go this way or I go that way. It's not even you're not even thinking, is he going to get past his man? Is he going to stop him? It's like, no, he's going past him. It's just which way he's going to go. Yeah. That's what it felt like every time he got the ball tonight when he was up against that left back.
There is something that Michael does ever so well, and that wingers do not do. As soon as he controls the ball, he squares you. So instead of as soon as he controls it, he squares you straight away. And because you know he can go right or left, you have to respect that. If you look at every time he controls the ball, he turns straight away on the guy, straight away. So that means he can see the line, he can see inside. If you stay like that, it's a bit more difficult. When he controls the ball, he turns straight away and he starts to go another 1v1. Those are the players we want to see. Whether it's Lamine Yamal or Michael Olise, please carry on playing the way you're playing, because you're making it very enjoyable for everybody. So if we go back to some of the ball that he has, you will see when he controls the ball, he straight away goes and square the players with shoulders with shoulders. Because if you play like that, it's very difficult. As soon as you play like that, I can dummy going or not, or go inside, or I go on the outside, whatever it is. You can choose your poison after defenders.
But the big thing
have a look. We have.
Oh, yeah.
That's different. That's different because he goes straight away. But you see his shoulders, he will always... Boom! Now he got his space. You see how just the little movement that he did there to have that space. Obviously he didn't go there. But then he will have that. He goes and squares his man straight away. Yeah, it's more clear on one of the... This one is more... It's the one when he goes past him on the side. You know, from the middle?
Yeah,
hey, now.
Yeah.
You see how he now
moved his body around.
If you go back, please, this is what I'm talking about. He controls it, then he squares him straight away.
Come on, Chloe.
Here, now, okay. Now, I don't see grass, I don't see grass, I don't see grass. Now I see grass, and he knows that I see grass. So he's going to be scared. He's going to dummy him going grass. He knows I see grass. What I mean by going grass is making him believe he's going to go down the line. Oh, I'm going to go down the line. Be careful, big man. Now he dummy going inside, but now we'll go inside, big man. See you later. If you don't square the man, you can't do that. Sorry. See you later. Bye.
You know how Jamie said how impressive it is to do that, particularly at the Bernabeu, right? Whenever we have him on the show, he seems so shy. Is he the type of player that just big moments do not faze him?
Michael Olise is a different player. He might be shy when you give him a mic or whatever it is. He has a certain way of thinking, a certain way of seeing life, just like he sees the game. But you can give him a ball, it is different. He sees things that not a lot of people can see. He understands the game in a different way. He sees the game, as I mentioned, more often than not with his brain. So he doesn't look, and I mention that all the time, he doesn't look at the game with his eyes. So he's trying to imagine what can happen when the ball is released from the goalkeeper. You need to be in advance in your brain to see what's happening. Then he can dribble, we all know that. But he sees the game in a different way, like he sees life. So this is why sometimes people don't understand him outside of the field. But he's a lovely guy, great guy, but I can tell you what, he doesn't speak a lot outside of the field. But when he's on the ball, he speaks with the ball very well.
All right, everybody, we're going to go to a break. We got so much more still to come tonight, and there's not much between them when you have a little look at the stats, but perhaps more indicative of what the game and the way it all kind of panned out was the XGs, where Bayern were nearly 3 and Real were just under 2. How will you be feeling it if you're Bayern Munich after that tie?
You'll be delighted, you'll be elated because you've gone to the Bernabeu and you've won the game. And you get a sense, when you go into a play against a team, you get a sense of we're comfortable. We was very, very comfortable. Like I said, them stats there, I don't think they do the whole story. You know, as you get on the plane and then you go home and then you'll have a nice light training session tomorrow, then you'll probably you'll turn your attention to whatever games at the weekend, but then you'll be thinking, there will be a moment you think, oh, we could have put this really to bed. There's still work to do, because they'll be very, very aware. There was moments when they was completely comfortable and Vinicius and Mbappe just managed to get a little bit of space and they needed Neuer to help them out. So it's still in the balance, but it's a great performance from Bayern Munich.
Oh, and if you're a Real Madrid fan, how frustrated would you feel that it takes 2 goals for Real Madrid to come alive and get themselves back into this game?
To be fair, I thought they could have turned the crowd, especially after the second goal, straight at the beginning of the second half. Again, turnover of possession, you know, like the first goal. Vinny Jr. turned over the first one. And then at the start of the second half, they did something similar. And I think the crowd could have easily turned, but actually they're really positive. I thought Arbeloa made some good changes. But yeah, they showed some spirit, I thought, in the second half. And I think Bayern took the foot off the gas. I think at 2-0, it was quite comfy. But then I think they made changes. And if it wasn't for Neuer, that game probably would have ended up in a different scoreline. Yeah,
let's have a look at the first goal. This was Luis Diaz, and it was Real Madrid giving the ball away, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the ball comes in here, it's a turnover. It's actually a good press from Bayern Munich in the sense that they're getting the bodies round forward. Lovely little pass in there. And in this run here, he goes on his blind side. The timing of his movement as he just goes off a Trent's shoulder. Look, as the ball comes in, look, left, bang, little bit of explosion. Carragher on the far side, though.
He's got to step up.
He's got to understand.
Trent can't see Diaz. It's really hard, especially the movement's brilliant. But Trent's got to know that where he is, Diaz. I must say the movement is amazing. The weight of pass from Gnabry makes it so it can be a first-time finish. It was a class goal. It showed that Bayern, as good as they are in front of goal, the press is really good. And then they play quickly. They play forward very quickly, and that's where that goal comes from.
That was just before half-time, and then just after half-time, at the beginning of the second half, Kane made it 2-0, and you kind of thought it might run away with
Worst
it.
kickoff ever.
The worst kickoff.
How about this?
This is putting yourself under pressure and everything you not to do. As Carragher plays the ball to Vinicius, runs into midfield, that's a horrendous ball into him, and then
turnover.
Again, turnover. Carragher stands on the floor. He's on the floor waiting. Don't get enough bodies back, and then you leave the best marksman in European football just to stroke it home. Look, he turns around here and he's looking at Vinicius, but it's a dreadful start to the second half.
Yeah, pressing, and then again, how about the way to pass from Olise? Harry just passes that into the goal. I mean, these guys, they play with such precision. That might look like nothing from Olise, but it's class. Yeah. And the finish from Harry is class. And the thing is, I said before the game, if you make mistakes, these guys will hurt you. I thought Real made a couple and they got punished so quickly.
Have a little look at this stat that we put on the screen at the moment. Top English scorers. You can see this is in the knockout stage of the Champions League. Frank Lampard, 15. Harry Kane there bringing up the rear. He's equaled Wayne Rooney now.
Yeah, and he's been at Tottenham for most of his career as well, so they ain't played too many
shots
times in the
fired from
Champions
Joe
League.
there.
You know what I mean? So that just shows how
Excellent from you.
impressive that man is, you know.
First one from outside the box as well for Harry Kane in the Champions League.
Yeah. Well, that's blown my mind, actually.
But do you know what, Joe? It actually, we always, old adage, good players find space.
Yeah.
Normally, they go into the box, but because everybody's in there, Harry just waits, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Olise obviously slides it into. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Should we have a little look at Kylian Mbappe's goal? Because they did get back into it, didn't they? And Trent, for all of his, all of the issues that people say he's got in defence, he was brilliant. And this is what you get from him.
This is what you get from him.
What a great run as well.
Great run. He looks very athletic and fitted, which is a good sign. And Mbappe just peels off the back. And that ball there is absolutely superb. You'll get a better angle of it from this angle. He makes a run, gets his head up, looks, and just talk about Olise's way to pass. That way to pass, because if you don't put that much violence on it, it doesn't get there. So it's just there with enough, and Mbappe's at the far post. Thank you very much. Neuer trying to save it to Liberty anyway. He was that good, you know.
Yeah.
What's a ball from Trent? And that's what he can give you. You want to see him kind of get in there because he can actually decide a game on his own with his passing. Joe makes a great point. The weight of that pass is amazing, and again, he can just open up a game with one ball. Trent. That's why. He's an asset. Okay, maybe defensively he's not strongest against the best players in the world, but he can create goals whenever he feels like it. That pass was one of the best in the game.
And Thomas Tuchel, as we know, we saw him before kick-off, was in the stands watching along, watching Jude today, watching Trent Alexander-Arnold. He'll have a decision to make, of course, in the summer. You mentioned Manuel Neuer. Let's have a little look at how important he was today for Bayern Munich, and you guys said he could have been the difference.
I said before, you know, this is the most important. This is early on in the game. That's a good save, you know, and that's
great save.
That's a great save. This one here is the one I like. Bang, because you know he's 40 years of age as well, and arguably still he's definitely in the top 3.
That's the best save.
That is outstanding. This is why, if you're ever going to build a team, you start with your foundations, and then Bayern Munich.
Joe,
players,
email your club at Chelsea that time that.
I'd take him there.
He's on a free.
Mate, I'd go and pick him up myself.
40 years old.
I'd bring him. I would.
But do you know what? Again,
a year in London.
But obviously his shot stopping his brain. He's brilliant in the ball. But his reading of the game, Laura, late in the game. Look, team's under pressure, comes out, takes the pressure off the back line. To be the career that he's had at 40 years old is. And you could argue he was the best player in the game today. And Bayern have a lot of brilliant attacking players, but Neuer tonight was the difference.
That's at one end of the pitch. At the other end of the pitch, of course, was Harry Kane, who got his goal tonight, his first Champions League goal from outside the box. Let's get some reactions. Having a great time in Germany and also in Spain. He's speaking now with Becky Ives.
Very well done. 2-1 on the night. You must be absolutely delighted because this is a tough place to come.
Absolutely. Obviously, we knew before the game all the hype around it, coming to Madrid and the Bernabeu and trying to get a result is always a difficult thing to do. But I thought we played some really good stuff today. For sure, areas we could have done even better as well. And maybe the final ball, the final finish, we had some good chances there. But credit to them that they did as well. And Manu made some really good saves. So overall, we can be really happy with the win. And we take this into next week.
Yeah, as a team this season, you just look to all be singing from the same hymn sheet. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we've enjoyed some really good moments together. Obviously, we're in the business end of the season now, so we're hoping we can maintain that. But I think the more you play together, the more you train. The feelings get even stronger, and we always feel dangerous. We always feel like we can score goals for sure, and we did again away from home tonight.
I saw you at the end of the game there, go over to your fans, and you were just sort of, I don't know, what were you doing, staring, taking it all in?
That's where the families were sitting, but I was trying to find my wife and my family, but I couldn't quite find them, so they was in there somewhere.
But look, you're taking this back home now. You're confident you can see this out and reach the semi-final?
Yeah, look, we're in a good position, but as always, it's a one-goal lead. It can change really quick. So, we have to stay focused. We have a big Bundesliga game away on the weekend, so now it's just about recovering, focusing on that, and then, of course, the time will come next week to try and perform like we did today.
Harry, thanks for your time.
And look, they should be feeling confident at home because they've only lost once at home this season. That was in the league, that was to Augsburg, and the last time they lost in Europe was in the quarterfinals to Inter last season. Look, they also could have had many more goals tonight. They had a lot of chances. Let's have a little look at them. I mean, they were really impressive in that space.
Yeah, I mean, they created a load of opportunities, and you'd expect that just because of the way that they play. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how he's missed that, Upamecano. He's probably thinking about it too much. This ball from Lunin into Peter is just terrible. Again, it makes a good save in the end. I think it was on Gnabry, but this ball from Kimmich is ridiculous. What a turn from Harry that is, Joe. But they created so many. I think Stevie said it at the end of the game. This ball from Olise is ridiculous as well. They were actually, that one, like, they were a bit wasteful. You know, I think shot-wise it was very similar. They probably could have 10 more if they just pulled the trigger. I think they tried to pass the perfect goal.
OK, guys, we're going to get more reaction
On the night, but slightly unlucky, maybe, as you had chances and Neuer just played very well.
Yes, I think he was MVP. So we had so many chances to score some more goals. We couldn't do it, but we are still alive and we will go there with hope that we can win in Germany.
In what areas do you feel you could tighten up, improve, change maybe for next week?
Well, we lose 2 balls and they score 2 goals. So we can lose this type of balls because they are so fast, so quick, players with quality, and we can make this type of mistakes.
It's only a matter of time before Kylian Mbappe was back on a score sheet in a Real Madrid shirt.
Yes, of course, we know that Kylian he made a great game. He scored 1 goal and he was a threat, and for me he's the best player in the world. So we will go there with Kylian, with Vini, with Fede, with Jude, with a lot of players with quality. So we hope we can win in Germany.
How big do you see that task, winning in Germany?
Well, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. I played there many times, and we know the atmosphere that always in the Allianz is not easy for the opponents. But we are Real Madrid, so we can win anywhere.
Alvaro, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
They've still got this confidence and this aura that they could do anything. And with the game only 1 goal in the middle of it, you still kind of think that they could go and turn them over at Bayern. But Bayern are just a different animal at home this season.
Well, of course they could, especially when you got, you know, Mbappe and Vinny Jr. and Jude Bellingham. I thought that was tactically clever, and I don't mean on the pitch. I thought the way you saw what happened with Xabi Alonso, you know, he tried to probably overcoach the big names, and I don't think it really works. And he actually, I think he's got those guys on side now. Obviously built a team a little bit around Mbappe and Vinny Jr. And they could have easily scored a couple goals today, but other than Manuel Neuer being so brilliant. So, look, they're underdogs going into Munich, but they're dangerous because I think you'll have to attack a little bit more. You'll probably play Brahim Diaz and Jude. And they could score a couple goals in the blink of an eye, couldn't they, Joe?
Yeah. Listen, it's 2-1. We all thought Bayern Munich were the better side and they were comfortable. But ultimately, if you're coach of Real Madrid and you go there, and we've seen stadiums, if Madrid scored a first goal, it changes the face of it. The pressure then mounts on the home team. So with that, he's right, the manager, what he says, with that quality, you can set a game plan up. What you can't do is go there and allow them to just have this control that Vincent Kompany likes with his teams, where he's building, and he's getting Olise on the ball. Yeah, Gnabry's on the ball. Musiala might play a bit more next. You don't know. So they need to find a way. I think they need to do better off the ball today, Real Madrid.
This now, for Arbeloa, is the same number of games lost as Xabi Alonso at this point. What do you make of his reign so far?
Tricky. I think Gareth Bale said it. They don't need really a coach like that. They just want to manage the personalities. And then obviously the issue you have is they're good in the league, obviously. I think they're 7 points behind Barca. They're not going to win that. All the eggs probably got to be in this basket. And I think he's focused on the big names, to help him do that, and give them a little bit of freedom, and everybody else has to defend. But if you saw in the game today, there's a couple of moments they don't track back. If you look at Diaz and Olise and Kane, they're always tracking back, and that's why I think you struggle to win maybe in the Champions League like PSG did when they had that Messi, Neymar, and in the Champions League everybody needs to work back, and I think obviously at the top pitch they'll score goals, but I think the difference between Bayern and Real is Bayern work harder off the ball, as Joe mentioned, and I thought that showed again today. Yeah.
OK, guys, let's go back pitch side at the Bernabeu and get a little bit more reaction from the Bayern side of things, because Vincent Kompany is there speaking with Reshman Chowdhury and also Stevie Gerrard.
Thank you very much, Laura, as you say. Yes, we've got Vincent alongside us. Do you know what? It's never an easy place to come here. You've got this huge win now under your belt.
That's an understatement.
Isn't it just an understatement? But do you know what? I mean, there were opportunities to really put this tie to bed. Nonetheless, you do take a really important win back to the Allianz next week. What do you make of the game today?
Well, first of all, we're happy with what we've got. And I think when the game comes to the Allianz, the same experience as you felt in the last 15 minutes, you know, the stadium changes and then you just have to be ready you have to be up for the battle. But the same experience we can create in the Allianz Arena. So we're really looking forward to it. Hopefully, the few chances here and there that I feel we should have maybe put to bed, we'll be able to, you know, to score when we go to the Allianz. But I see no reason for us to not go in that next game with full belief and an idea to just go and win the game, although we play against a team with incredible talent.
Can I just build on that? At 60 minutes, when you decided to make some changes in the game, I was wondering what you were going to do, whether you were going to, you know, settle for the 2-0 and try and shut up shop, or did you smell blood at that stage where you could have got the third and the fourth?
Honestly, it's a difficult decision to make in that moment because I know the team has earned the right to be themselves at this stage. They've won so much, they've performed so well, so I don't want to take away the chance for them to be themselves. So I think my first changes were more or less like for like, you know, because freshness, I think, was important in that moment. And then towards the end, the last 5 minutes, I did shut up shop.
What about your goalkeeper tonight? A little word on him. He was special, wasn't he, his performance?
Yeah. And it makes it look so easy. I mean, that's what you have with great goalkeepers. They make some incredible saves at really difficult angles look really easy, but there's also a level of technique to just pat the ball away of the dangerous area that is giving us something, and he's still very good with his position as well, defending the back line. So he's giving us something we needed, but we speak about it a lot. The guys know we're just not going to go to the end of this competition unless we have these type of performances. It's either a goalkeeper, a midfielder, can be Harry with his goal today, but we're going to need it, and we'll need it next Tuesday again.
Yeah, Neuer is definitely evergreen, isn't he? But then you do have the likes of Harry, you've got Olise, you've got Diaz, you've got players who can make things happen, just like Real Madrid do. And this record that you have at home at the moment is actually incredible. How much confidence does that give you, given Bayern's kind of recent records of quarter-final exits, that this is the year where it's all coming together? You've had a couple of years now to build your project.
Yeah, I don't want to mix everything up. I've not really thought too much about what's happened in the past, nor the positive record or the exits. I think most important is for us to just continue our momentum. I feel they're going to give us a tough game. They're the type of team who can do something special as well. So a lot of respect for the opponent, but a lot of confidence as well, because I feel we've earned the right to be confident. We've earned the right to be demanding even in those games and hope for not just hope, but go after a good result. It's football. You never know.
Does that mean we're in for another treat next week? That was a hell of a 90 minutes.
Do you know, for the neutral, isn't it just amazing?
Absolutely brilliant.
What was it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, there's moments you enjoy and there's horrible moments in there as well. I don't know. I try to. I'm not centre stage, it's the players, so I try to, when I can, just give them a little word, something that I would have done maybe when I was out on the pitch, nothing more than that, and in the right moment just help them a little bit with decisions that I can make. But the main thing, it's a player's game, so they need to recover now, they need to have the belief, they need to trust themselves to do something special next week, and that's what we have to focus on, nothing more. And in between, we go to St. Pauli. We have to win that game as well.
It doesn't end, does it? We really look forward to next week, though. Thank you so much for joining us, Vincent. See you soon.
Congratulations. Well done.
Take care. Well done. Do you know, it's fast becoming a... Oh, we've got your... yes. We won't let you run off with that. Fast becoming a Bayern Munich legend, isn't he? But you did bump into another Bayern Munich legend today, and you were telling me behind the scenes that Lothar Matthäus, the great Lothar Matthäus, is in fact a big hero of yours. Look at that.
Yeah, we love him. What a player. First World Cup 1990. Yeah. Hero of mine. I had the pleasure to meet him. I met him a couple of times actually, but I had a good chat with him tonight.
Yeah.
They say never meet your heroes, but I really enjoyed that.
Do you get starstruck? Are there certain people that can make you starstruck? Is he one of them?
Just from when I was a kid, you know, memories, big games, following midfielders. My dad used to always say to me, if you get the chance to watch this player, watch him. He's top draw, all round midfielder. I mean, Owen will have more on him, but what a superstar he was.
Yeah, he really was, wasn't he? Stevie, brilliant to have your company out
Loved
here.
it.
We've
I've loved it.
absolutely loved